hey, you're on a prom table apparently, huh?
I guess.
I didn't know until like a few minutes ago. Why didn't you try it at the one meet? It's pretty cool. He did it for the first time in like one. Like an old lady. And then maybe quit.
I wish we didn't mention that. Already.
make sure you guys are in the lecture hall before 6:30.
We're
Okay.
just gonna
Okay.
stay.
What?
We're just gonna stay.
Or not lecture hall, library,
Oh,
because we gotta do parents' night first.
okay.
It's there, but it's not like
I wouldn't think it was. I do like your stuff. front seat.
So what?
Can you grab my hood? Instead of saying words?
So now they have their recording.
I can't, yeah. You don't wanna be there, dude.
Why?
Is the second one comes, you'll have to,
Those are the judges' seats.
I know this person's stuff.
We'll go here. Stop touching it.
You recognize this?
As in equal?
I recognize
Can
it.
we write down notes? How do I lift up these chairs? What class do you have in
Library to start.
Hazel, what class do you have in here?
Health.
How? What class do you have in there?
they're not in here yet?
They're all down in the library for, I don't know, we can show the little green speech. Well, I'm not sure. Yeah. So I've looked in all the classrooms, and nobody's here watching, so I was checking my calendar.
It's 6:30, wasn't it?
It is on the calendar, and that's what I was told, so I'm not sure. Who knows? Just go with the flow. Are you enjoying retirement?
We're kind of semi-retired, we bought half of,
Oh, you
no
did,
pest control.
yes,
no company,
yes.
so we're not, no, real busy right now, but we call them, so.
Is
So
that-
about once a week.
Okay. Sure.
I might be back, because we go to the lake and go.
Yeah.
State basketball, you know, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. They got bugs, they're probably like, well, I don't know who else to do it, so.
I mean, that first word's out of my mouth, is who else?
Yes.
It's fine.
Is there other people around that do it?
Well, Neil still does it.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, we only bought half his customers. He's still does it. And then Eco Lab, Ryan Parks,
Oh,
Eco Lab, he does
sure.
residential. And Olson's out of, no, they're out of Valley.
Okay.
There's someone,
Yeah, I believe
they're
it.
one of my.
Really? Okay.
We don't have that many monthlies, which is good and bad. We're actually just trying to, a survey or something like that.
Okay.
So that was a monthly, but.
Sure. Yeah.
What else?
You gotta be enjoying the flexibility though.
We do,
Yeah.
we do. So. And I, we'll see how Mary does.
Yeah.
Not as much as we'd like to.
Like an ominous crew.
Where are we sitting? The squad.
Logan, I'm here to watch yours.
I'm here to watch both of you. Thank you. I'm flattered.
Oh, you got a reference speech. Yeah, okay. Have fun.
I'll sit by you.
Yep. Can I go up higher than what?
Where's the Ella?
I took my watch off because.
So everybody met there.
Yeah,
Rose Bank. So different than the old one that I was on. Yeah.
Hey, Leanne, how are you?
Good.
How's the weekend planned? All here. Vendor planning.
I can scoot past Julianne if that I probably am, yeah. I'll just, okay. I need to mark.
Not,
A lot of them are.
Mr. Skinny, you doing all right? Got a tape order or nothing? Good, good. Are you doing anything in particular?
I'm working on it since July, probably.
Oh, not like a program?
About the same
Yeah,
length
it's gonna be a lot of
as
fun.
the other one.
Oh,
I think they should be 10 minutes.
is there a?
Their red is
Yeah.
I'm looking at it the whole time. Yeah, like-
Some of them are, okay, yeah. I know. It's like trying to figure out if I can control the bells and
So
the
no,
so it's like I can-
Your call.
keep coming this way. Yeah, if somebody bails, let me know.
Yeah, yeah.
Might not know which one it
That's not connected, I just said. Is it tiny?
No, but yes, so,
Yeah, you're on my goodie right there.
yeah,
Yeah, when I saw it, John sent me a picture of all the stuff on the wall, and they were still moving stuff around, like, this is kind of not, so it's still, but I was like, I guess I generally know where it's gonna be at, and I figured her room was changed, like a place.
Yes.
And the OIC.
Yes.
Oh, I know she's done.
Yeah.
She's got, since she does the OID here, yeah, I'm not gonna go to that. Oh, yeah, Savannah. Yeah. I know.
that's the part.
It's been good.
But it's funny laugh, yeah. It's funny laugh.
They go, they like that. And I imagine.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of them are funny. They actually, I've seen that too, and it was really but I yeah. Well, and I think it was like, yeah, I love Sarah.
I've done it. So
Oh, just you.
Well,
Yeah,
can you tell? You can tell.
I wanted to see if I could get that. Because that was like, this, oh yeah, okay. You're gonna watch Emily, yeah. And then we had that's probably right before, yeah, I'll need to, and I don't know the one, yeah, between there, yeah, and then there's a few. And this one, but between them.
We're gonna get started here. Our first event is called Duet. It's basically just two people acting out a script. So, enjoy. Just start and you'll get it. Welcome to Amadeus School for Civilization. I will break you! I will step on your placenta door until you are puzzled onto the floor. When you begin to melt into the carpet,
I would pick you up and scold. Until there is a civil and proper woman in front of me.
I'm sorry. Well, what did you say?
I see you are thinking you make funny.
I just want to make my mom happy. I don't want to cause any trouble.
What I do? My name is Irma. Remember this, because it is a name you will scream into your pillow when you are having the little baby nightmares.
It just doesn't make sense why my mother would drop me off here like this. She told me she was going to get me a new puppy. And then she was driving off laughing.
I am not your mama.
Thank goodness. I mean, what wonderful kids you must have.
They are not kids. Unfortunately for Elma, she could never find a man who could handle a superior etiquette training. So instead, Elma raised dogs.
What? You raise dogs to be doctors, lawyers, and bear wrestlers?
Yes, Elma's that good.
Etiquette is the most important part of a young lady's development and place in society.
At least according to Miss Irma Devereaux. But maybe there's a hidden lesson our student Emma isn't quite grasping.
Follow Emma's journey into civilization in
Miss Irma Devereaux School for Civilized Young Ladies.
by Clint Snyder.
Speak with delight!
What does that even mean?
It means stop speaking like you are a little baby zombie. Well, I want the book.
Zombies don't drink milk.
Oh, well, look at you. I bet to ourselves so that your big fat head does not knock me down when you move around.
I don't appreciate your comments. They're probably illegal or something. I'd be careful if I were you. You can get sued for just about anything these days.
Sue is a silly American name. You have the American aura about you. The stink of it circles around you like a stinky, stinky perfume cloud. Take yourself to a department store, Stinky.
I love department stores, especially ones selling clothing in different descriptive colors. For instance, you think there's just black, but no, there's midnight black and wax Koran black and bleeding soul black and oh, my pen just exploded in my mouth. Now my tongue's black.
Yes. So you watch your tongue. I will use it to tie together with a napkin to make beautiful swan.
Oh, Clint, oh my goodness, please don't eat me.
I would not eat you. It is not what civilized lady would do. But if I did eat you, I would wipe my mouth with napkin folded like swan.
Oh my.
You seem weak, like weak little baby fish.
Now listen.
Swim, baby, swim.
I'm swimming! I promise I'm swimming!
Time for the test.
Test? But I haven't learned anything yet.
That is your test. Civilized lady does well under pressure. You either sink or you swim. And by sink, I mean suffer.
Oh my.
And by swim, I also mean suffer.
Think, Emma, how are you going to get yourself out of this one?
This is little lady discipline.
What? What are you referring to? I don't understand the question. You can't fail me if I don't understand the question.
Hold yourself together. This is little lady discipline. You are weak.
Correct me? You're going to correct me? For goodness sakes, how will you correct me?
Like this.
Oh, you're just a mean old lady. You keep yelling at me, and I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is maybe you're just unhappy with your life. Did you ever think of that? Maybe you're the one with all the problems.
I don't have problems. Just one little one. You!
Oh, how can you say a thing like that? Whatever happened, everyone gets a gold star. Whatever happened to no child left behind? Whatever happened with you that makes you want to pick and prod and poke and eat away at me until there's nothing left? And I end up resembling the leftovers of a very cheap seafood buffet. An empty shell.
I spent 22 years of my life crocheting sad little baby sweaters with my fingers. So now, you will be civilized.
I will be civilized.
You will be educated.
I will be educated.
You will recycle.
I will recycle. That one doesn't really seem like it fits with the others.
Zoot.
Zoot? What does zoot mean? What does it mean?
It means I am the boss. And it means you will be civilized with the time I'm sure.
Okay, yes ma'am, whatever you say.
And not whatever I say. Everything I say. Now say I am little teapot.
I am a little teapot.
Short and stout.
Short and stout.
Here is my handle. I am civilized young lady.
Here is my handle. I am civilized young lady.
Good. Now we're getting somewhere.
Good. Now we're getting somewhere.
Do not push you. Insolent fool.
I am so confused. I'm scared and I'm confused.
Yes, but then you're gonna little girl.
Well, no, I'm just feeling sweet as pie. Okay, again, souffle, chocolate souffle.
Good. Now we're getting somewhere.
Please don't take me anywhere. I don't want to end up in a dungeon or a basement or the bottom of the ocean wearing cement shoes.
The only shoes you will be wearing are dancing shoes.
What?
Now dance.
Okay, I'm just dancing. He is. Please don't hit me again.
Now sing.
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 Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early thing? Please don't slap me, lady. You just scared me so much.
You want to get paid?
Oh, you're scary, lady. Please don't hit me anymore. I feel like crying because you're like Hercules.
What is Hercules? Why do you call me Hercules?
Hercules is a hero, lady hero in Latin. Like, yeah, it's Latin.
The only thing I'll be searching up is my name in special etiquette history books. We will now test.
Test? I thought we were already tested.
Test now. I am boyfriend.
I've never had a boyfriend.
This does not surprise Emma. Nothing surprises Emma. You act now.
Fine. How would a civilized young lady act around a boyfriend?
If you were girlfriends, I would break up with you right now. By break up with you, I mean break you. And by break you, I mean break spine.
Oh, please don't break my spine, Miss Lady. I never things. How am I ever supposed to be a civilized young lady with a broken spine?
How are you ever supposed to be civilized young lady at all? You were like useless, sloppy fish.
Don't even like seafood.
And as a sign of weakness,
I'm not weak. I'm not weak. Stop bullying me. I'm perfectly civilized the way I am. I don't need some French baguette telling me what I should and should not do. I refuse it. And if that means you think I'm some sort of uncivilized freak that just crawled out of the sewers dragging her knuckles, then so be it. I'd rather be me than a rude, selfish pig.
very good.
Please don't hurt me.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Oh, so it'll be a quick, painless death?
No, you're learning much after all, my sweet little potato.
Please don't call me a vegetable.
Oh, the little potato is suddenly offended because she does not want to be a vegetable? Well, let me tell you, little potato, that you are not a tomato. There's no question of your identity as a fruit or a vegetable.
Tomatoes are fruit.
You're a fruit.
I thought I was a vegetable.
Don't you get snippy with me.
You want to know the reason I call you little potato? Because back in the old country I had a sad little potato plant that I would water, care for, feed radioactive soil.
What?
Do you want to know what happened to the potato plant? No.
It died!
It died because it was weak, just like you. I swore from then on to never be weak like the sad little potato plant, but to grow strong like a highly irradiated sister. So one day, I did something strong on a plate, mashed it with butter and a delicious stinky fish.
Be quiet about your dumb old potato, you weirdo. Nobody cares about your irrelevant stories or vegetables. Ugh. You're dressed badly. And smell. Ugh.
This is lesson I've been teaching you the whole time. The only way to survive in the modern world is a civilized lady. It is not on fancy spoons and folded napkins. No!
Oh my.
You have learned to stand up for yourself. You have found your spine. You are no longer like useless, broken, sloppy fish.
Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about, but I'm gonna go now. Because, you know, I really don't like you, and I'd rather walk 5 miles home than listen to you drone on about the French Revolution.
Good, good. Class dismissed. It's a nice pat on the back, and now you've done it again. There's another civilized young lady ready to take over.
Come back in.
Are all the persons? Oh.
Alright, see you later.
I'm Logan Bradshaw. I'm doing extemporaneous, and that's where we go to the meet and we draw 3 topics. We get to choose one. They're all like questions about current events or like politics, something along those lines. We choose one and we have an hour to research and create a speech following that question and answering the question, hopefully. And when you go to when you go to present, you're allowed 1 note card. I don't have a note card with me though, so wish me luck. Last week, authorities in Cuba urged all non-essential workers and school children to stay home as it was unsafe to travel. They then proceeded to provide care packages containing non-perishable goods like instant coffee and instant noodles to families in the country. With these series of events, you would think a natural disaster is happening, maybe an earthquake or a hurricane, but there's nothing natural about this disaster. It's completely man-made. Cuba is experiencing a series of nationwide blackouts that are plaguing their country like an infectious disease. This then brings me to the question I was presented with today. What steps must Cuba take to address their unreliable energy infrastructure? And the answer is that they first need to decrease their reliance on specifically imported fossil fuels. Then they need to bring outside investments into their energy grid. And finally, they need to move towards cleaner alternative energy systems. Once Cuba is able to do these 3 things, then and only then will they be able to see a prosperous future without the collapse of an energy grid that's one of the region's largest. So first, let's examine why Cuba needs to decrease their reliance on imported fossil fuels. An October 20th, 2024 BBC article states that Cuba gets 100% of their coal and around 80% of their natural gas from imports from other countries. This is a very large amount for a country that already depends heavily on fossil fuels, as they only get around 26% of their energy from clean sources. Compared to the world average of 36%, you can easily see how Cuba has an extreme dependence on not just fossil fuels, but imported ones, which are susceptible to things like supply chain shifts and global trade recessions, which run rampant in today's world. So we now see Cuba with a high dependence on fuel that is constantly seeing shortages, which is one of the main sparks causing the nationwide blackouts. But the solution is fairly simple. An October 22nd, 2024 AP News article explains that the solution actually lies underneath Cuba. You see, Cuba has vast reserves of their own fossil fuels that they've left completely untapped. As for the reason they've done that, it's up for debate, but one thing's for certain, and that's that it's destroyed their ability to generate electricity. A simple solution to this problem would be for Cuba to begin new drilling operations to bring more fuel into their country. Although it would be a short-term solution as fossil fuels are limited, it would help provide enough of relief for them to dig themselves out of the hole they've already put themselves in and find time for a permanent solution. So we've gotten them out of this hole, but they still do need a permanent solution. This is a permanent problem after all. So next, let's examine why Cuba needs to bring outside investments into their energy grid. An October 18th, 2024 BBC article explains that Cuba is a communist country and their energy grid is a closed system. They don't take any investments from outside countries, which makes it so that all of the energy production in Cuba is owned by the state, which puts absolutely no money in the system, which has led to Cuba now having old, decrepit, and crumbling power lines and power plants that are not able to keep up with today's standards. Over the past couple of years, Cuba has seen a sharp rise in demand for electricity, followed by a sharp decline in ability to generate electricity, specifically due to the fact that their power plants are not up to industry standards. However, this is again a very simple problem to fix, as an October 20th, 2024 Wall Street Journal article explains that Cuba doesn't have to change the fact that they're communist. They simply need to begin accepting outside investments from other countries. Many countries would have a very strong incentive to invest because Cuba has the vast natural resource reserves that I already mentioned, so it could be a sort of symbiotic relationship. Cuba could get themselves out of their energy crisis, and the investors could find wealth at the same time, helping all parties involved. However, on the road towards a brighter future, there's one last step that needs to be taken. So finally, let's investigate why Cuba needs to look at cleaner alternative energy solutions. A January 13th, 2025 Guardian article explains that not only are imported fossil fuels susceptible to blackouts, but in the long term, normal fossil fuels are too. Because fossil fuels are a limited resource, over time, we see a changing world result in more shortages of these fossil fuels, which would result in Cuba seeing themselves in the exact same situation they find themselves in now. So if we want a long-term solution that helps Cubans for decades to come, they need to move towards cleaner energy sources. A January 14th, 2025 AP News article explains that after they've already taken the previous two steps, this would be a fairly easy thing to do. Outside investments and the relief from short-term fossil fuels would provide Cuba with more than enough money to put investments into cleaner energy solutions. Take, for example, an initiative that brings us 5% more money, 5% more dollars invested in clean energy every year and 5% less in fossil fuels. Over decades, this would result in a slow shift of the Cuban electrical grid towards clean energy that doesn't damage the already in place infrastructure, bringing about new crises, and manages to solve every single facet of this issue. Cuba finds themselves in a crisis, but it's a crisis with a solution. We can only hope that they find it in time. The question I was presented with today was, what steps must Cuba take to address their unreliable energy infrastructure? The answer is that they first need to decrease their reliance on imported fossil fuels. Then they need to bring in outside investments to their energy grid. And finally, they need to look for cleaner alternative energy solutions. If Cuba doesn't take the steps that need to be taken, it will quickly change the way Cuba sees things for years to come. It will no longer be a matter of how does Cuba's energy grid collapse or what disaster causes Cuba to crumble, but instead, how long does Cuba have left?
You have to explain it to me.
What's up next?
Not me, kind of. Yeah, you go. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's
Eastern, are you going?
I guess.
Why?
I'm Easton Cook. I give an informative speech, and this is my first year, so it'll be kind of rough. Basically informative, it's just as it sounds. I inform you on a topic, presenting you with 3 different points to a solution or a topic. Author C.S. Lewis once said, "Affection is responsible for 9/10 of whatever solid and durable happiness there is in our lives. A big hug from your mom, holding hands with a significant other, or a warm compliment from a friend. Affection is an emotion that can be interpreted and exhibited in many different ways, but no matter how we choose to give and receive affection, it is one of the most important elements to living a happy life." To more clearly understand the role affection plays in our lives, we will first discover what affection really is. Next, we will gain an understanding as to how affection helps us understand our health and well-being. And finally, we will hone in on how different people prefer to show and receive affection. If we can gain the ability to better understand the application and display of affection, we can love with greater effect. To more clearly understand the role affection plays in our lives, we will first gain an understanding of what affection really is. A 2024 article from BetterHelp, an online therapy service, tells us that affection may be defined as any action intended to arouse feelings of love in the giver and recipient. Affectionate behavior could be anything from holding hands with a significant other or a high five with a best friend. Open Mind Psychology, an online therapy service, posits that there are 9 types of affection. Filial affection exists between parents and children. It is characterized by care, protection, and unconditional support. Romantic affection is between romantic partners. It is characterized by physical intimacy, tenderness, and care. Brotherly affection is between siblings. It involves mutual support, trust, and companionship. Friendly affection manifests in close platonic friendships. Much of this affection is based on mutual interests, hobbies, and a focus on having fun together. Maternal and paternal affection are rooted in filial affection. Each just focuses on the differing relationships between mothers, fathers, and their children. Professional affection is affection found in workplace environments. Collaboration and teamwork are vital, as well as empathy and understanding. Social affection is the affection found in social contexts, such as organizations, communities, or social groups. And finally, self-directed affection. Self-directed affection is the affection one feels towards oneself. Whether you're developing a new relationship with a new love interest, working on loving yourself more, or repairing old wounds with a parent, affection plays an important role. And it's something we should experience from birth and at all stages of our lives. Next, we will gain an understanding as to how affection plays a role in our health and well-being. A 2024 article from Arizona State University indicates that those who are highly affectionate to their peers, who give affection freely, have lower cortisol levels than those who don't. Excessive cortisol levels can lead to higher stress levels and an inability to sleep. So when we give affection, we can actually lower our stress and improve our sleep. A 2024 article from Forbes, an online therapy service, tells us that affection deprivation may lead to negative feelings about oneself, such as feeling unlovable, unwanted, or undeserving of affection. These negative self-perceptions often exacerbate feelings of loneliness and depression in individuals as they struggle to cultivate a sense of self-worth and fulfill the fundamental need to belong. A 2024 article from Science Direct tells us that physical touch from birth with infants drastically improves their development. They sleep better, cry less, and excrete higher levels of oxytocin, also known as the love hormone. Author C.S. Lewis once said, "Affection is the medium through which all loves can be related." One of the most powerful examples of this idea comes from a well-known 1958 study in which Harry Harlow experimented on monkeys, giving them both a wire-covered and cloth-covered surrogate. The monkeys who were socially isolated exhibited behaviors like staring blankly, circling their cages, and even self-mutilation. The monkeys who were given both a wire-covered and cloth-covered surrogate exhibited behaviors, spent the vast majority of their time snuggled up to the cloth-covered surrogate, even when the wire-covered surrogate was the only one with food. This study laid the groundwork for understanding how affection influences us. Finally, we can hone in on how different people prefer to show and receive affection. A book titled The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman gives a detailed outline of these love languages. These languages being physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, receiving gifts, and acts of service. Physical touch, as I've said before, ranges from skin-to-skin contact from birth all the way to a high five with a best friend. This is one of the most common ways people choose to express their affection. Quality time is affection in receiving someone's presence. This is one of the easiest ways we can provide someone with the help they need if you're not a touchy, compassionate person. Words of affirmation, also known as verbal affections, are our affections in verbal form. It can range from telling someone their hair is beautiful to telling another person that they gave a really good speech. Receiving gifts is another form of affection and somewhat of an art. The same thing goes for giving gifts to those people. And finally, acts of service. Acts of service is affection in its form of doing things for others, also known as charity. Whether you're giving someone your time, money, or services, it is one of the most noble things you can do. If we can better gain the ability to If we can better understand the role affection plays in our lives, we can love with greater effect. Affection comes in many shapes and sizes. There is love for your spouse, love for a parent, love for a sibling, and love for your friends. But ultimately, all these loves are connected to affection. The greatest type of affection you can show someone, though, is an affection that has no limit. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 tells us, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. Love never fails." To more clearly understand the role affection plays in our lives, we first gained an understanding of what affection really is. Next, we gained an understanding of how affection determines our health and well-being. And finally, we honed in on how different people prefer to show and receive affection. Material things are fleeting. Affection is what will sustain to the end. Emily has to explain that.
You do it on purpose?
No, I didn't.
What's that chair doing? It's recording.
That was bad. My face was all up in that camera.
But just
Bradshaw kept making faces like this.
I would never.
Did she give you any agreements? Because I can't think of one. It's like quite a small Oh, they take us out. I was like, the dentist just does all this.
My favorite two terms
Ooh, I'm gonna write a note. And imagine.
Bradshaw, I always liked your speech if I wasn't here. If I wasn't here, but I was still good. You want to
Great idea.
shoot, yeah. I'll get the replay.
I gave my answer. My next event is entertainment, and my whole goal is to entertain you. So hopefully that's exciting. Do you ever feel like you're just living life at your lowest, always finding someone to look up to, while no one looks up to you? I get it. Because I too struggle with chronic shortness disorder. If you couldn't tell, I'm short. And shocking as it may be, I have a substantial amount of experience in this field. I stand at an astounding 5'1" and a half, minus the heels, of course. I work for Micro. It stands for Miniature Individuals, Creating Room for Opportunity. Our goal is to help you, the short people, find career paths that are suitable for your daily life. To make a long story short, I'm here to help our fabulous 5-foot friends find career paths that are suitable for them. And of course, flex on your obvious superior abilities. First, we'll enhance your resume. Next, we'll crawl through jobs that fit your talents. And finally, we'll discover just how charming you can be during an interview. As a certified micromanager, I'll have you hired in no time. Let's start by beefing up your resume. As any good resume begins, we must start by considering your previous education. Let's say you attended school at Petite Peaks University in Little Rock, Arkansas, where you studied the nature of gnomes and low-ceiling architecture, with, of course, an extra-credit class targeted towards the psychology of small talk, which is no miniature accomplishment. Each student is sent into the real world with the tools and abilities needed to stand tall, even when they're not. But of course, post-educational experience plays just as big of a role on your resume as education. I spent much of my time volunteering at the pro-level hide-and-seek course, which I mastered immediately. Perhaps you followed your Uncle Dopey with the jewel mines for a little extra dough, hopped a rainbow with your childhood buddy, Lucky the Leprechaun, or even offered your services as a mini golf caddy. All these experiences are the stepping stools that will help you reach the job of your dreams. The bottom section of your resume will be filled with people who can vouch for your abilities and experiences. Some examples might be teachers, doctors, or coaches. For instance, ever since I was very young, doctors from all around the country have commented on my exceptional height. In fact, just last year, I was at my annual checkup, and after being measured, I was informed that I had quite literally shrunk half an inch from the previous year. Now that hurt. Dr. Longwell will not be making an appearance on my references list. Coaches, on the other hand, are great options. Believe it or not, I was a world champion hurdler, and my coach can attest to my unmatched abilities. She supported me so much. Although, I still wonder why she never informed me that we were supposed to go over the hurdles. Next, let's crawl through jobs that fit your talents. As someone who is exceptionally vertically challenged, you may think your career paths are limited, but I'm here to tell you that's not the case. Just look at some of the biggest celebrities. Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, and Reese Witherspoon, like me, only rise to about 5'1". But if you're not into the world of celebrities, there are plenty of other options out there. Like a bodybuilder, which would be absolutely ideal because, according to the Square Cubon, short people have more muscle mass in proportion to their body weight. Just imagine being carried to dinner in the strong and loving arms of your beefy 5'1" girlfriend. Or you could always try modeling. Tall girls are created with traditional modeling. There's no need to be tall when all eyes are focused on your absolutely gorgeous feet. Our looks are with no doubt a strength, but let's change it up a bit with something that has a little bigger impact on society. Serial killer! Before you say no, let me explain. Number one, that hide and seek course taught you how to be absolutely undetectable. Number two, making a quick getaway will be no problem if you're scurrying under tables while the police are busy tripping over chairs. And number three, no one's going to suspect you if you're just a little guy. The last and final job we'll be looking into today is an elf. An elf? Okay, who put that up there? It seems like every day I hear something along the lines of, "Whoa, you're still here? Thought for sure Santa would have called you back up to the workshop by now." Although, being an elf would actually be a pretty cool job, there are plenty of other options out there. Once you've chosen one of these many substantial career paths, we must move on to the interview itself. This is the part of our journey where you pull out that fun-sized charm that wins you the interview. Now you might be thinking, well, Bella, charm isn't everything. But isn't it? As shorties, we have an innate sense of charm only we can pull off. And as a plus, to make up for a missing foot or so, all the minis of the world have been gifted with naturally flawless looks. I'm obviously living proof of that. That's me. Looking this good doesn't do everything for you in life, but it sure does a lot. Just imagine, you walk into the interview, the sexy sound of heels click-clacking, trailing after you, maybe blow a kiss or two at your judges. I mean interviewers, keeping it very professional, of course. Now comes the trickiest part of the interview, the part where you're forced to reach as high as you possibly can to shake the hand of your interviewer. Once you've nailed that, they'll be so blown away they won't be able to resist hiring you. As you can see, it was essential to consider your resume, the job opportunities that it poses, and how you would approach an interview to determine the perfect job for someone of your height. First, we consider the benefits and abilities you pose, being such a pocket-sized person. Next, we crawl through jobs that could possibly fit your talents. And finally, we discovered just how charming you could be during an interview. Now, the part you've all been waiting for. The reason we ventured through the truths of being short. This will be the first and last job you will ever need. Once this is on your record, you'll never need another job ever again. Drum roll, please! Enjoy your new career as a serial killer.
I was thinking about she was on her season. She was like covered in buttons and like she had her hair like braided. I never. One of my This is like I respect it. Persuade me.
Alright guys, I'm Logan Bradshaw again, and I'm going to be doing a persuasive, which is where I persuade you. Pretty, put two and two together there. Okay. On April 26th of 1986, reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant experienced a fatal malfunction that resulted in 31 immediate deaths and over 4,000 long-term fatalities from radiation poisoning. However, this pales in comparison to the 26,000 immediate deaths that occurred during the 1975 Bankian hydroelectric dam failure. It pales further in comparison to the over 5 million deaths caused by air pollution from fossil fuels every single year, as stated by a 2023 article from the National Institute of Health. The word nuclear is ingrained in our brains as a word that destroys cities. And while it may be true that nuclear bombs kill many people, when we are talking of power generation, it is quite the opposite, as nuclear boasts a mere 0.03 deaths per terawatt hour generated, beating every single power generation method outside solar. Despite misconceptions about nuclear energy, it is the cleanest, safest, and most efficient energy source we have available today, and should be the primary power source to power the world. To support this claim, we will first break the stigma that surrounds nuclear power. Then I will explain how nuclear energy works, and finally we will highlight some of the major benefits of nuclear energy. If we want a brighter future for tomorrow's generations, we need to prioritize nuclear energy over all other power sources. So first, let's break the stigma that surrounds nuclear power. A 2022 poll by The Economist revealed that 47% of respondents believed nuclear energy to be unsafe, a belief that couldn't be farther from the truth. In fact, outside of Chernobyl, not a single death can be attributed to the radiation brought on by a nuclear incident, as stated by the World Nuclear Association. The Chernobyl disaster resulted in a stigma around nuclear energy that has hindered our growth in developing it, but it has also made nuclear power plants some of the safest places on Earth. In fact, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, working in a nuclear power plant is now safer than working at McDonald's, a place well known for hiring 14-year-olds. One example of this extreme safety is the 1979 reactor meltdown at 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania, which resulted in no short or long-term fatalities. The World Nuclear Association states that although this was a serious incident, it still managed to teach us how to deal with future meltdowns with methods we still use today. Methods used so well that the last time a nuclear incident happened in 2011 at the Fukushima Daiichi reactor in Japan, it was the fault of a tsunami. Along with these nuclear incidents, nuclear waste is a primary concern of many critics. Nuclear waste is not a green, glowing goo as many people may believe, and The Simpsons may portray. It instead comes in the form of small, solid pellets, about the size of a pencil eraser. And a 2022 report from the U.S. Department of Energy explains that more than 90% of this used nuclear fuel can be recycled and reused. Unfortunately, over time, nuclear disasters have garnered a lot of attention, leading to the general public believing nuclear to be an unsafe option. But in reality, nuclear is the safest option. So now that we've broken the stigma that surrounds nuclear power and we understand why it's really safe, let's take a closer look at how it works. A 2022 report from the U.S. Department of Energy explains the process from start to finish. Nuclear starts as unprocessed uranium, but it is sent to refining plants, where it is turned into fuel pellets. These fuel pellets are then stacked into fuel rods, which are bundled together like sticks. These bundles are then submerged in the reactor core into water, which is used for cooling. Then, neutrons are introduced to the reactor. When a neutron collides with the uranium atom, it causes it to first split into two separate atoms, which releases a massive amount of energy in the process. And second, it bounces off of the uranium atom to become readily available to hit more uranium atoms, which causes a chain reaction. The massive amount of released energy from this chain reaction goes on to boil the water that sits in the reactor core, which is turned into steam and drives a turbine. This turbine is what creates the electricity that you and I enjoy, very similar to how any other power source would operate. One part of sustaining this chain reaction is making sure that it doesn't get out of hand, which would cause a nuclear meltdown. A 2023 article from the Nuclear Regulatory Commission describes two ways that this is done. The first method is by controlling the water present in the reactor. This water works to cool the reactor and stop a meltdown, but there is a more widespread and efficient method. The second method is by using control rods, very similar to the fuel rods, but made of a material that will not react when hit with a neutron. These are typically made with boron, and operators insert or withdraw them to have complete control over the level of action that goes on in a reactor core. These two methods are then used in tandem to keep our reactors as safe as possible. Now that we know why nuclear energy is safe and we understand how it works, we can look at some of the benefits we could see by prioritizing it. Now, more than ever, the world needs a clean power source to free us from the grip of climate change. Luckily for us, nuclear is that source. A 2024 International Atomic Energy Agency article asserts that nuclear is completely carbon-free because neither the fuel nor the power plant produces any emissions. In 2020 alone, the United States avoided more than 471 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions just by using nuclear. That's the same as removing 100 million cars from our roads, which is over 1/3 of all the cars in the United States. Our main sources of energy, coal, gas, and other fossil fuels, release massive amounts of greenhouse gases that are the driving force behind climate change. But nuclear's only emission is water vapor. In addition to being cleaner and safer than other power sources, nuclear boasts a higher efficiency as well. One large contributor to this efficiency is that nuclear requires much less space. A 1,000 megawatt nuclear facility requires around 1 square mile to operate, while the same amount of energy in solar requires 75 times as much land, and in wind requires 360 times as much. A 2021 U.S. Department of Energy report shows that we would need more than 430 wind turbines or over 3 million solar panels to meet the production of 1 nuclear power plant. A big part of why this happens relates to another huge benefit that nuclear can provide: fuel efficiency. An article from the Nuclear Energy Institute shows that 1 pellet of nuclear fuel, again the size of a pencil eraser, produces the same amount of energy as over 149 gallons of oil, 17,000 cubic feet of natural gas, or over 1 ton of coal. If all the electricity we used for 70 years was generated at nuclear facilities, the used fuel would fit in a soda can. This makes nuclear not only a cheaper option for power plants, but consumers as well. And in addition, nuclear power plants end up paying for themselves much quicker than any other electricity generation methods, mainly due to the fact that a pound of uranium, which is around $40, is equivalent to over $150,000 worth of coal. Over time, nuclear ends up much more efficient and cost-effective than any other methods. Nuclear energy is leagues above every single power type we have access to, and the only reason we have not capitalized on it is because we are scared. We are scared of a tomorrow where people die and cities explode, but what we should really be fearful of is a tomorrow where not only people die, but the earth does too. This is the path we have set ourselves on, but there is still a solution. We need to prioritize nuclear energy over all other power sources. To support this claim, we first broke the stigma that surrounds nuclear power. Then I explained how nuclear energy works, and finally we highlighted some of the major benefits of nuclear energy. On April 26th of 1986, reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant experienced a fatal malfunction that resulted in a stigma around the world's greatest energy source, and in turn the slow death of our planet through climate change. But something can still be done, it just needs to be done now.
That's what I'm thinking, sir. Relax. Let's get out of here. I'm kidding, I was a joke. I'm kidding, I love Lori. She told me to write down my ideas.
Over there.
Okay. I'm Emily, and my event is humorous, and it's, yeah, just like, yeah. Just like a script that's hopefully funny, and, yeah. Okay.
Thank you for calling Blueberry Tree Cable Company. My name is Chrissy. How can I help you today?
Hi, my husband recently passed, and he really liked watching the TV. He liked the westerns, and every time I see them, reminds me of him. So I just want to cancel my cable today. Please.
I can definitely understand how debt can be an issue, and I'd be more than happy to help you out with that today. Can I start by asking for the name on the account?
It was my husband, Billy Radeski.
Aw, I had a gerbil named Billy once. Then the dog got him and ripped his limbs right off. Poor little gerbil. Who knew there would be so much blood in such a little guy? Okay, I do see the account now. But unfortunately, since you are not the account holder, I can't access the account.
What do you mean?
Yeah, unfortunately, since you are not the account holder, I can't cancel your cable today.
The account holder is dead. My husband is dead. Didn't you hear me?
I'm deeply sorry for your loss. And like I said, I definitely understand loss myself. I just lost my gerbil. Blood everywhere. Then I got over it.
I want to talk to your supervisor.
I can definitely understand that. And if you'll just give me one moment, I can go get it for you.
Thank you.
Regina, I have a teensy problem. This woman's husband passed and I can't get into the account. So she wants to talk to his supervisor.
Sell her the movie channel.
Okay, it does look like I was able to speak to a supervisor. And she let me know that I wouldn't be able to cancel the cable. But what I can do is go ahead and offer you the movie channel at a discount rate of $5 a month.
This is ridiculous.
Many people are terrified of talking on the phone, including me. It can make some people seriously anxious, whether it's a business call, ordering food, or even talking to a relative. But the worst of the worst is customer service. The person on the other end of the line could be snobby, inaudible, or insane. Experience this for yourself through a series of phone calls between multiple operators and their interesting callers. So please hold by Clint Snyder.
This is ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is the amount of savings you'll be getting with the movie channel. It looks like tonight they're showing a cute action flick with aliens that shoot bangs from their chest. Doesn't that sound great?
I want my cable canceled now.
I can definitely understand that, but unfortunately I don't have the ability to do that today. But I'd be happy to transfer you over to someone who can now. Can I do that for you?
Whatever. Thank you.
Thank you for calling Blueberry Tree Cable Company. My name is Patty. How can I help you today? Hello? Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling Blueberry Tree Cable Company. My name is Patty. How can I help you today? Is this the airport? No, ma'am. This is Blueberry Tree Cable Company. My name is Patty. How can I help you today? What was your name? Patty. Gary? No, ma'am. It's Patty. Edward? No, ma'am. Patty. Patty. It's Patty. Ah. Donald. My name is Donald. How can I help you today? Well, sir, my cable bill is just too high. I can definitely understand that can be an issue, and I'd be more than happy to help you out with that today. Can I start by asking for the name on the account? The what? The name. The what? The name. Ah, the name. I don't remember. Fine, ma'am, it's just fine. Can I ask for the phone number on the account? Phone number. 5. And what's the rest? That's it. 5. Your phone number is not 5. I don't see it here on the bill. It's not on the bill. It's the number you use to call people. Well, $19.95. One moment, ma'am. I may actually be able to transfer you over to someone who can help you today. It'll just be a brief hold.
You what? I use your words. I was looking to lower my cable bill. Like, why? Well, I recently lost my job, and I was looking to lower it to possibly save some money. Look, lady, we all got a problem. I feel like a lot of lotion on my skin right now. It needs to be rubbed in before it gets everywhere. A lot of lotion. You don't see me complain about it, do you? No. I'm just gonna have to sit here and take care of the problem myself. I just saw the ad on the TV telling me to call in, and I thought I would do that to try and lower my bill. You can't believe everything you see on TV. That's true. But let's just
and obtain this little notion you have that I might be able to lower your level. How am I even supposed to do that when, like, I don't even know your name?
Oh, sorry. My name is Connie Greenlee.
And can you, like, spell that?
Sir, C-O-N.
Whoa. I don't need you to spell it for me. I know how to spell it. I was just making sure you could. Because if you couldn't, I'm just gonna, like, let you know how.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Connie, perhaps that's just your alias. I do not see an account under that name, like, at all. You're just gonna have to try, like, a lot harder.
I'm not sure I did show up.
Oh, no.
What is it?
There's, like, fire everywhere. And unfortunately, it looks like I won't be able to assist you today.
No, it's okay. Just get to a safe place.
Yeah, sure. But maybe in the last few moments, this office hasn't, like, burned to the ground. I can transfer you up to somebody who can help you today, and I'll just be right home, okay? Thank you for calling Blueberry Tree Cable Company. My name is Chrissy. How can I help you today? Beep. Thank you for calling Blueberry Tree Cable Company. My name is Chrissy. How can I help you today? Beep. Regina, my phone's down. Mine's broke too.
Yeah, it's like break time.
Okay, guys, the phones will be back up in a second. Just calm down.
Wait a minute, how is she still on the phone?
She's not actually on the phone. She's just crazy.
Yes, sir. Your voice sounds very attractive, too.
See what I mean? She never answers calls. Just talks to herself mostly.
No, I can't tell you that. Too much.
The past couple of weeks, she's also started thinking she's Abraham Lincoln.
Look, Jenna, I think it better if they can take us there. We have to support the people. I don't care what my wife told you.
Okay, guys, the phones are back online. Get back to work. Thank you for calling Blueberry Tree Cable Company. My name is Chrissy. How can I help you today?
Hello? I was transferred to you so you could help me lower my bill today.
Thank you for calling Blueberry Tree Cable Company. My name is Patty. How can I help you today? My husband recently passed, and I need to cancel my services. I can definitely understand that, but unfortunately, I don't have the ability to help with that today. But I'd be happy to get you over to someone who can help. I actually can't help you with that today, but I'd be more than happy to transfer you over to someone who can assist you. It'll just be a brief wait.
I have like no idea what you're talking about. We actually sell pizzas here. You must have the wrong number. It's okay, because I like totally do it all the time. So just like, please hold.
Please hold. Please hold.
Okay, what? 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. Pretty awesome. I'm warm. I want to smash. Ooh, okay. So just amazing. My mom told me to do stuff now.
Alright guys, I'm Logan Bradshaw. Then
Yeah.
you do it.
I'm
You do it.
Emily.
I'm Easton.
And Bella.
We're doing OID, which stands for Oral Interpretation of Drama. We take like a script, it can be anything. Ours is from a movie, so it's a well-known script. And we condense it into a 15-minute little like play where we do everything with our bodies and our voices. We can't touch each other, there's no props. The only thing we have is these boxes, our books, and ourselves. So hopefully you guys are entertained.
And why have you come here today?
Well, Your Highness, I mean, Your Grace.
Okay, gang, take a look at this piece of work. This is Yzma, the Emperor's advisor, living proof that dinosaurs once roamed the earth. Let's not forget her right-hand man. Every decade or so, she gets a new one. This year's model is called Kronk. Now lately, Yzma's gotten into this bad habit of trying to run the country behind my back.
It is no concern of mine whether your family has. What was it again? Ha! You really should have thought of that before you became peasants. We're through here. Take them away. Next.
The nerve of some of those peasants, huh?
Tell me about it.
Hi there.
Your Highness.
You were doing it again.
Doing what?
Doing my job.
I'm the Emperor, and you're the Emperor's advisor. Remember that? But, Your Highness, I was only dealing with meaningless peasant matters.
Excuse me, Your Highness. The village leader is here to see you.
Oh, great.
Send him in.
Oh, and by the way,
You're fired.
fired? What do you mean fired?
It's tough being the leader of a nation. There are so many challenges and responsibilities.
Serving your people.
Dealing with ungrateful servants and advisors.
And making sure you don't turn into a llama?
Emperor Cusco.
In his selfish quest to fulfill his greatest desires, stumbles across these challenges.
And with a little help from the village leader, Pacha,
Cusco uncovers his own selflessness. Was the advisor, Yzma.
And her dull right-hand man, Kronk, are doing everything they can to take Cusco out. The Emperor's New Groove.
by Chris Williams, Mark Dindal, and David Reynolds.
Fired? What do you mean fired?
How else can I say it? You're being let go. Your department's being downsized. We're going in a different direction.
No.
But, Your Highness, I've been nothing if not loyal to the Empire for many, many years.
Hey, everybody hits their stride. You just hit yours 50 years ago. So, who's in my chair?
Oh, I know. Yzma's in your chair, right?
Your Highness, I'm here because I received a summons.
Hey, there he is, my main village man.
Pacha. Anyway, I got the summons.
Gotcha, that's right. Just the man I wanted to see.
I am.
Word on the street is you can fix my problem. You can fix my problem, can't you?
Sure, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted to hear. Are you aware of just how important your village is to the Empire?
My village?
Yeah, you've got a pretty sweet setup on the top of this hill, don't you?
My family's lived on that hilltop for the last 6 generations.
Uh-huh. So tell me, where do you find you get the most sun?
I'd say just on the other side of those trees. When the sun hits that ridge just right, these hills sing.
Sing! Well, that settles it.
Really?
Yup, problem solved. Thanks for coming.
That's it?
I just need an insider's opinion before I okay this spot for my pool.
Your pool?
Booyah! Welcome to Cusco-topia, my ultimate summer getaway, complete with a water slide. It's my birthday gift to me. I'm so happy.
I don't understand how this could happen.
If I were you, I'd pick up some change of address forms on the way home.
But where will we live?
Don't know, don't care.
He can't get rid of me that easily. What is that ungrateful little worm think he is? Does he have any idea who he's dealing with? How could he do this to me? Why, I practically raised him.
Yeah, I think you would have turned out a little better.
Yeah, go figure.
Well, it's better you're taking out your anger on these things instead of the real Cusco, huh?
That's it? Crunk, that's it! I'll get rid of Cusco.
The real Cusco?
Of course the real Cusco. It's perfect. With him out of the way and no heir to the throne, I'll take over and rule the empire. Oh, but how shall I do it? Oh, I know. I'll poison him with this. Take it, Crunk. Oh, feel the power.
Oh, I can feel it.
So is everything ready for tonight?
Yeah, I thought we'd start off with a soup, a light salad, and some spinach puffs, and see how we feel after that.
Not the dinner, you know.
Oh, right. The poison. The poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specially to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. That poison.
Yes, that poison.
Got you covered.
Boom, bam, baby, let's get to the grub. I am one with the king of the world. So, no hard feelings about being let go.
None whatsoever. Crunk, get the Emperor a drink.
Drink. Right. Splash, splash. Different splash, different splash. Look. Four. Four a little bit higher. Shake. Shake in a different direction. Kablooey! Ooh. Here you go. It's my own recipe. How do you like it? Oh my. Oh. Oh my.
What? Alana? He's supposed to be dead!
Wig.
Take him out of town and finish the job, now!
Oh my, you're heavy. You need to lay off the spinach puffs. Oh.
Splash!
What am I gonna tell Bitch? Smells like spinach puffs. Where'd you come from, little guy?
No touchy!
Demon Llama!
Demon Llama! Where? Oh, my head.
Oh, okay, Demon Llama. Take it easy. I mean no harm.
What are you talking about? Wait, I know you. You're that whiny little peasant.
Emperor Cusco?
Yeah? Who'd you think you were talking to?
You look like the Emperor.
What do you mean I don't look like the Emperor?
Do this?
What is this? Some kind of game you country folk like to... It can't be! Oh, my face! My beautiful face!
Okay.
I'm an ugly, stinky llama!
Your Majesty?
Llama face!
What happened?
I'm trying to figure that out, okay? Oh, I can't remember anything. Wait, I remember you. I remember telling you I was building my pool where your house was. And then you got mad at me and, you turned me into a llama.
What? No, I didn't.
You're right. It's giving me way too much credit. Okay, I have to get back to the palace. Yzma's got that secret lab. I'll just snap my fingers and order to change me back. You, come with me.
Build your summer home somewhere else.
You want to run that by me again?
I can't take you back to the palace unless you decide to build your summer home somewhere else.
I've got a little secret for you. Come a little closer. I don't make deals with peasants!
Then I guess I can't take you back.
Fine, I don't need you. I can find my own way back.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's a little dangerous if you don't know the way.
I'm not listening.
No, really, you can't go in there.
La la la. Still not listening.
Fine, go ahead. If there's no Cusco, there's no Cusco-topia. Takes care of my problem.
Scary jungle. Yeah, right. I want to leave. Oh, it might attack me. It's a scary tree. Please, never find my way. I'm the Emperor, and as such I'm born with an innate sense of direction. Now, where am I?
Lost?
No, but now that you're here, you'll take me back to the palace.
Okay, now look, I think we got off to the wrong foot here.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you really thought about it, you decide to build your summer home on a different hilltop.
And why would I do that?
Because I think you realize that moving an entire village out of their homes just for you is wrong.
And it's bad.
Well, yeah, nobody's that heartless.
Mm-hmm. Now take me back.
He's never gonna change his mind.
And so is with great sadness we mourn the sudden departure of our beloved prince.
Oh!
Taken from us so tragically on the very eve of his 18th birthday.
He had never had a chance.
His legacy will live on in our hearts
Poor little guy.
for all eternity.
Oh!
Well, he ain't getting any dinner. Back to work.
Okay, only an hour to the back to the palace till we cross this bridge.
Good. Because believe it or not, I think I need a bath.
I believe it.
Crack!
What was that? Crack!
Trouble!
Oh, Cusco, quick, help me up.
No, I don't think I will.
You're gonna leave me here?
Well, I was gonna have you in prison for life, but I kinda like this better.
I could have let you die out in that jungle, and none of my problems would be over.
Well, that makes you ugly and stupid.
What? Cusco!
Punch Oh yeah! Look at me, my bad self. I just snatched you up right out of the air. Look at me, I'm across a little bridge and I'm taking you down with me. Well, not today, pal.
You saved my life.
Huh? So?
I knew it.
Know what?
That there is some good in you after all.
Oh, come on, what's a big deal? Nobody's that heartless. Don't worry too much into it. It was a one-time thing.
We've been walking around in circles for who knows how long. That is the last time we take directions from a squirrel. I can't believe you didn't tell me Cusco wasn't dead. I should have done away with myself when I had the chance.
You really gotta stop beating yourself up about that. It's not healthy. Hey, don't I know you?
I don't think so.
Wrestled you in high school. Metal shop? Now I got it. Miss Snarka's interpretive dance. 2 semesters. I was usually in the back of the class due to my weak ankles.
I don't think we've ever met, but I gotta go.
Don't worry, I'll think of it.
What's going on?
Look, there's 2 people looking at you, a big guy and a skinny old woman.
Wait, was this woman scary beyond all reason?
Oh, yeah.
That's Eastman Crook! I'm saved!
Trust me, they're not here to save you.
They'll take me back to the palace. Thanks for your help, but I can take it from here.
No, I can't let you.
What are you? Oh, I get it. You don't want to take me back to the palace. You want to keep me stranded out here forever.
No!
This has all been an act, and I almost fell for it.
Will you just listen to me?
No. You listen to me. All you care about is your stupid hilltop.
What?
You don't care about me. Now just go.
But-
Go on, get out of here.
Oh, this entire mess is all your fault.
What did I do?
If you hadn't mixed up those poisons, Cusco would be dead now.
I said I was sorry.
Cusco must be eliminated. The Empire will finally be rid of that useless slug.
Yeah, I got a point. Nobody really seems to care that he's gone, do they?
Oh, Pacha? Oh, please. Pacha.
So, I was right, and you're tired being a llama? Okay, let's go.
What? How did you make it back here before us?
How did we? Grog?
Oh, well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, well, back to business.
Okay, listen. I know it wasn't as nice as I should have been. But Mom, hey, you really want to kill me? I mean,
Just think of it as you're being let go. That your life's going in a different direction. That your body's part of a permanent outplacement.
Well, now, wait a minute. That's kind of like what he said to you when you got fired.
I know. It's called a cruel irony. Like my dependence on you.
I can't believe this is happening.
Tell them! They're not of the Emperor!
No, wait, it's me, Cusco. I'm the Emperor. They're not listening to me.
Get them!
Oh, you gotta change it back. Oh, try one of these.
Pacha, little help.
Oh,
me too. Like, it's gotta be one of these.
I'll take it. Boom, baby.
No!
So, you lied to me.
I did.
You said when the sun hits those hills just right, they sing. Well, pal, I was dragged all across those hills, and I heard no singing. So I'll be moving my summer home to a more magical hilltop.
I did hear some singing on the next hill over, in case you're interested.
Yeah, well, my brother eats 7 tacos and gave me 9. Case, and he bought me tacos, and I said, don't eat them all, and he did.
Well, now I want tacos.
What?
All separate.
What do you think of the fit? I've never really tasted it before.
I think it's nice.
Thank you.
Other than that,
I like it. At the beginning,
I don't like the tie that much, but I should.
you should wear like the hardest
You so much, it's all about.
Thank you.
Excellent job, all of you, so good.
I'm sorry, man, you're
What happened over here?
I really want to watch the movie. I just
Yes,
didn't
I'm
know.
sorry.
Did you like it?
Oh,
How Tucker do? Did you get to see him? Did he go third?
Yes. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, maybe. Short tail is.
Yes, you were super close.
I will say this.
Emily doesn't want to need much for everybody.
I was swearing. Like I was actually a rep.
Bella.
So many people.
The only time I can hear mistakes is till Alice told me because
Yeah, I know. I was like, that.
It was funny though. The voice, I like it. It's easier to just teach me when I don't know anyone wants.
Exactly.
But if you can make your classmates laugh and people that know you, you know you're killing it.
girls.
But I just think it's cool.
Thank you.
Take the confidence and run with it. You guys are all doing amazing.
Autumn Jackson's not making me awesome. I know. And he's like,
Bradshaw goes.
I know, I was wondering you standing in there. Giving your speech and I was like,
No, Bradshaw is doing this the whole time.
Am I getting you guys food done or what?
McDonald's.
McDonald's? Where's that voice from?
That's how excited he is for dogs.
I mean, dog. Demon mama.
Oh, that was really funny. Dog, demon mama. Yeah, that was good.
Emily, I'll see you later.
Good job, you guys.
Mom, bye-bye.
Bye, hon. Good job.
Thanks.
You still want to double cheeseburgers?
Yes, please.
Like,
Bring Tucker home with you.
I kept like smiling every time I looked at her because her laugh is so.
Bradshaw had a line though, and I just started dying. Like I was like this.
Hi.
I have no idea what laugh or what it was, but I was just like sitting there with my mouth bubbled up because I was trying not to burst out.
Did you understand what I was saying during my humor? Did I rush you?
Oh, I like this. It was,
You kept laughing and I almost started
because
smiling.
it's a funny script.
You like, well, like, if someone's laugh is funny, I start smiling. And like,
you saying my laugh is funny? I literally sound like Kermit, guys.
I like it. I think it
It's
seems to like
brains
be
my
another.
throat.
So does my passy. You know, no one laughed at our runs today, and it was cathartic. I know, everyone always laughs.
I did this.
I remember. Hey, what happened that year? When you were at the bridge team, you like did something.
You like taped it.
Oh, it was one of those things. I did kick a bunch of stuff.
Terry,
I like being fat.
oh.
Like
I
a
was
fat
gonna say
character.
something, but,
Getting easy.
oh, people used, like, they laugh
That
at your
actually
shake a lot.
used to be up.
People used to laugh at your abs a lot more.
I don't have enough for them.
And yeah, just further into that. And no,
More
it's
than
not.
everyone.
I think I need to not pause between the
But that's like
lines.
part of my character is the ad libs. Like
I know, it doesn't sound
No,
like,
it's not.
it doesn't sound like it's a line, it sounds like you just said it. So I'm gonna like, not pause it. I think it's like. Why
Okay.
Let me know.
Should we stop that live stream?
Uh-oh. That is. So let me cook. Hey, at least we didn't start doing that something like.
On live stream.